Cancer. This is Miss Joan, Miss Joan's Tarot on the Hill, and I'm here to talk to you about January of 2023. Happy New Year! Indeed. Obviously, I'm posting these on New Year's Eve, so hey. And we'll have 4 weeks this month, so there'll be 4 columns of cards. I'm programming these cards for you as we speak, and we will then program these cards for the first week in January. So we'll set these aside for a minute while we program these for the first week in January, which will of course take us to a wonderful place that is going to be the first, going in deep on the first week, right? So that's good. And it'll be great. So cool. We're going to set these aside. We're going to go ahead and lay these ones out and figure out what the reading will be, right? Ah, fussy. All the cards are going to face me. It doesn't change the meaning of the card. It just means I don't read them upside down. And they're no bad cards. They're just lessons in the deck. So we'll talk about those when they come up. Orientation. Retentive. So let's do this. All right. Setting these ones aside, we will get into it. All right, Cancer, let's go. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is January 1st through the 7th. This is the general overview, of course. This is the row of where we are, what's blocking us, and our solutions. So let's talk about it. We have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is talking about there's a lady in your world, a feminine energy person who is kind of obsessed with the money. Very curious about it, always asking questions that some might even, if you're not a talk about money kind of person, then this is going to feel invasive when this person talks to you about this stuff. So that's how you know who this person is. They're always asking about it, talking about it, telling you about it, but good bargain they got. Keep an eye on them and see how they approach you and in what way, all right? The Three of Cups is here saying that the area where you're blocked this week is social gatherings are going to be awkward or uncomfortable for you this week, or may just not be a thing you should be involved in, okay? We'll get more information later about that, but I want you to know that it feels like there's something where you're supposed to be going to, and yet it either will not work out for you or it will turn into an uncomfortable situation for you if you do go. All right. Solution for this week is to look at things from a different perspective. Maybe instead of thinking of it as a crummy old party that you're supposed to go to, you can look at this as an opportunity to network with other people about work, or find someone, like for some people it'll be a new hunting buddy they're looking for. But look at it as a place to meet a person you need to know to do more for the rest of whatever you want to do, right? That will benefit you for your future self, right? Maybe enhance a hobby situation. Somebody of like mind will be there, and that way you're enhancing the probability that you're going there for a different reason than the usual, which is to get drunk and have fun, right? Okay, so that's interesting. So looking at things from a new perspective will give you an opportunity to possibly enjoy it from a new way, all right? Next week, being the 8th through the 14th, we are looking at the 8 of Pentacles, meaning that you'll be working hard this week, physically for money. So that's interesting. There's a lot of physical labor involved there. This doesn't always have to be the normal job you're paid for. This could be a side job also. That's like you're doing 2 jobs at once. You're doing a side job and you're doing your regular job. So this is an interesting feeling. Keeping an open mind, enjoying the possibilities. All right, cool. Now we have the 6 of Swords here, talking about how you're not going to be in a position to help other people with your power this week. So keeping that in mind will help you figure out how to handle your situation about this extra work you're doing. Of course, that's all about money, so it won't be about power or helping your other people with your power. Here's the Justice card, and you want to try and make sure that you're working things out so everything turns out fair, which might be using your power in a different way than you normally do, just to make sure that everything turns out fair for everyone involved, okay? So that's interesting, keeping that in mind. You want to help people, but you also want it to be fair. So whatever you're doing is going to do both, all right? So try and keep that in mind with your side job so that everybody wins, including yourself, but nobody gets screwed, right? That's cool. The Page of Pentacles is here for the week of the 15th through the 21st. And we are looking at new information about finances, right? So we have new information coming about money. And with that information, maybe a new opportunity is coming up your way, another way to make more money. Interesting. Maybe this side hustle is turning into something more. Cool. The 9 of Swords has shown up to say that you may regret how you used your power in the past. That has come up in the past and for everyone. But this is an interesting thing, because this has to have to do something that happened last year. So last year, like 2 weeks ago. What? But the reality is that the way you use your power in the past has something to do with what's going on here and how you're having a few regrets about how you handled something. It isn't just in the last 2 weeks, okay? Not at all. But just keep that in mind. As you're approaching the new information about how to use your power or use making more money, this new information about making more money, you may have done it in a way that came across as power, because money is power. We know that, right? Okay, so how you made power in the past, maybe having regrets about how you did that. Maybe you got screwed on this last job. So paying attention to those things, work your numbers, get them right, okay? The Tower shows up to say that things are not going well, or things have fallen apart. Yep, whatever's going on, it didn't go right. And maybe the number that you end up naming, saying, oh, I need more than what I did for the last time because I just felt like I didn't get what I deserved. It didn't feel fair to you. So ultimately, now you're saying, I want more. And they're saying, well, job just fell away. Bye. But I want you to know that when the Tower shows up, it usually means that it has a 3-month cycle. And the 3-month cycle goes like doors close, and then doors close, and then doors close. So over 3 months, things will just look very dire. You'll make a plan, it'll fall through. You'll make another plan, it'll fall through. You'll make another plan, it falls through. But when you finally just kind of go, okay, whatever, let me just do what's in front of me, blah, 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 And then presto, you find yourself doing something and it's awesome. You're having a great time. And it was nothing you planned for, but you're having a great time. So the tower isn't always a worst thing, but it has a 3-month cycle. And that will mean we'll fall into March. And March is a good time to have things go right, because March is going to be when the planetary alignments happen. I'm not sure what they are. I can't really label them specifically, so don't hold me to that. That's why I'm not saying anything except there's a major alignment. It's going to be great, and you will be very happy with the overall results in March. But for now, things are a little wonky. My cat wants out. So ultimately, the final week over here, we're looking at the final week here, the 22nd through the 28th. And we have the 3 of Wands, which is you remembering the past, remembering how you got where you are now. And that information is truly going to be very helpful to you. You want to remember that so you don't repeat the mistakes, right? Because we don't want to repeat the mistakes. So we're taking those lessons, we're going forward with knowledge and understanding and wisdom. Ooh, you have some of that wisdom stuff going on, which is great. The 7 of Wands has shown up here to say, oh, by the way, you'll be blocked on that whole getting people to help you project. Rallying troops, convincing people of anything is not going well, okay? So this is you having a hard time getting your point across, and no one's really going for your ideas. So that's a drag, right? It's like you discover you have wisdom, and other people discover you have wisdom they don't want. Wah. That blows. I don't really care for that, but it's what happens. Now the King of Pentacles is here saying that, yep, there's going to be some concern about the finances. You're going to be paying attention to your finances. It's very important to do so. Keep an eye out. Understand what this is. Feel what it is and embrace it, right? The King of Pentacles is somebody in your world who is very financially minded. We started the month with the Queen of Pentacles, but now we have the King of Pentacles saying that, yeah, I got a buddy here. He knows money. He knows how to handle his money. He knows what to do with money, and we're going to pay attention to what he's suggesting, because that's actually very good. Having a little extra information is very important. Take the information you can from him and see if your wisdom can apply it. All right? Cool. I'm going to go ahead and set these cards aside for now so that we can get into this first week of January. We'll go deep into this first week of January, right? We'll add these cards to it. We pre-programmed them so we know that they're ready to go. And this is what we're doing, okay? So we have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Confirmation. So the Queen of Pentacles is talking about that feminine energy person who wants to talk about your money, pays attention to your money, and she can help you figure out what to do next. We have the 9 of Cups, which is wishes fulfilled within your heart center. So you're feeling very centered financially as well as in your heart. There's some things going really well, and you're feeling it. You're feeling good, okay? And you're also feeling a little antisocial, but that's totally okay. It's appropriate sometimes to feel antisocial and allow yourself to go, you know what? I've done my work. My money's square. My wishes are going well. And I can sit down and just chill out. And that's what you want to do. And that's how you're feeling. And that's okay. So do that. Enjoy that and allow that to be part of what's going on right now. All right? But of course, we were talking about how you were invited to a shindig. A shindig. Yes, there's a gathering that you've been invited to. And during the week, it's a blockage. It's going to block your happy homebody hermit self. But it's definitely calling you out and saying, hey, check it out. This is where all the happening will be. You need to come and be a part of this because it will set you up for something else in the future. So if you can at least give them an hour or two of your time, you will meet another Queen of Pentacles there. Interesting. The Queen of Pentacles there is going to be more information, but it will be information that blocks you, which is super interesting. So we have the Queen of Pentacles who's getting you going, and then there's the Queen of Pentacles who's stopping you. Oh, so many queens. But there's the Eight of Swords sitting here telling me that you're feeling a little bit blocked. Ah, you got the two queens and you have two Eight of Swords. Not all blocks are bad. So this Eight of Swords was telling you, this one was telling you that you should go to the shindig so that you might look at it from a new perspective and see the people and maybe find a new way to talk to people or find a new way to approach the situation from a different angle so that you weren't all in one place. And these are all very good ideas and possibilities. I'm very proud of you for even considering the possibility of going out anyway. With the double, I keep getting that they're canceling each other out. And they're basically saying, look, on the one hand you look at it from one angle, and the other way you look at it at another angle, and pretty soon you've looked at it from so many angles it's no longer interesting. The Ten of Cups is shown up here to say that there's a lot of joy and happy joyfulness from the family gatherings, So maybe if this is just friends gathering, it's less important than the family gathering. But the family gathering is where you're going to get the family love and the family joy, and that's where you really want to put your focus, for sure, okay? And that will help you understanding with new information about finances. Maybe you'll become the executor of somebody's estate because you go to the shindig and people get the feeling, oh, he's squared away. He doesn't need money per se. So he's having a glitch, okay? So, there's a lot of information about money coming up this particular week. Gatherings are on point, and it's frowned upon for you to stay away from them per se, but you don't have to be at them forever. Okay, cool. So we will talk to you next about the 8th through the 14th. Sorry, my cat is like definitely needing to get out, but I look forward to talking to you next week. All right, hang in there, Cancer. Have a good week.